All right, we're
Okay.
live.
Okay.
Wait a second. Nobody's here yet. We got to let people have a minute to join. So I'm live here with my mom from the city that Amazon is trying to invade. They are not bringing their best. They are going to raise the rents around here, the housing prices. They're going to bring a lot of rich people here and drive middle class, which is not really even much of a middle class, and working class and lower class people into further poverty. So this is the city, by the way. We're in Arlington, Virginia. They're going to move into Arlington. They've gotten $800 million from the Virginia public money, like public funds, taxpayer money. Why do they have that for a billionaire company, one of the richest companies in the world, and they don't have that for regular people here, or not to even give away to invest in here? They say it's an investment, but we know better.
Well, I don't know if it is or not. Maybe it is,
It's
but the
not.
problem is 25,000 people. I mean, not families. Let's say it's gonna be like 75. They're
Hmm.
gonna move in. The traffic is gonna be too
It's
much.
already about the worst traffic in the country.
Anyway, the traffic is gonna be too much. I know the properties they're gonna go high up. Maybe it's good, but the property tax is gonna go so high. I don't know if we'll be able to pay the property
Right.
tax.
What happens if you can't pay the property tax?
Well, you can't pay the property tax. They're gonna take your house. There is no way. Yeah, I know someone. I don't know personally, but somebody told me, someone, a friend of a relative of his, he was, they owe like $40,000 property tax, and the county took the house.
Right. So,
Yeah. Well, thank God so far, all my bills is
wait a
pouring.
minute. Does that mean Michael would go homeless too? He would be kicked out of the house? So,
I
okay, that's
don't
not
know.
all bad. Actually, all right, Amazon.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
let's not be too
I'm not saying
harsh on
that. Well,
Amazon.
okay. I don't know how much it will go. Maybe 8,000 or 9,000. I don't know. We're gonna struggle to do that to pay the property tax, but it's. I don't understand why they don't take the Amazon in in a country. You know?
In a rural area, yeah.
Yes,
Develop
somewhere
that, yeah.
which is not developed. You know, somewhere like Pennsylvania. They're gonna have so many jobs up there, you know, or somewhere Midwest. You know, it will be maybe South. It will be so much better, but I don't understand why they wanna have to come here.
Well, because then they would, if they went somewhere rural, they wouldn't be able to exploit a city, an area that's already been so developed, and have lots of shops, transportation. They're going to build another metro entrance in Crystal City just for Amazon. Who gets that? Did they ever say we're going to do this for the poor people
Oh,
around
but
here, for homeless? We're going to build another homeless shelter? No, they'll do it for Amazon. And they want to be right next to the Pentagon and the White House so they can do lots of
oh,
lobbying, so they can get lots of expensive contracts to make weapons, to make
the
drones.
thing is, the middle class wouldn't be able to pay their taxes. And I mean, what are you gonna do? Have to sell your house and move somewhere
That's
else?
what a lot of people are going to have to do. Or they'll just have, if they're renting, they don't even get anything. It's not like you get to sell your apartment when you leave. You just
So,
leave and you
so,
lose your money.
so this is final.
Pretty much, yeah. It was all done in secret. There was no public input. Even a lot of politicians didn't have any say in it. They didn't even know it was going to happen. So if they thought they were doing the right thing for Virginia, why'd they do it in secret? If it was the right thing,
Well, at
people would be
least
glad
why
to
they
know
didn't
about it.
bring it to Fredericksburg,
I
which
told
is
you they want to
yeah.
exploit an area that's already well developed and basically take advantage of it. And like Thomas Jordan here is saying, Amazon's going to get a big break, and then you know it's going to happen. Soon as it comes for time to Amazon Pay, they're going to fold up. Right. In Amazon's contract, the way it's written, they can cancel at any time. And they get to
Ah,
keep the money they've gotten from Virginia. But Virginia is locked in for 5 years. And Amazon has many years to pay back the hundreds of millions they're getting, and supposedly, it's going to generate money due to the taxes from the income taxes people pay
I don't
that
know.
move here. It never works like that. Hey, Ian. Yeah, Bezos is the richest man in the world. He made $36 billion last year. Why are we paying him $800 million
Well, if
to
he
move here?
makes some,
Or in New York, he got over like $1 billion to build a helipad, pad for his helicopter there. Why is
okay,
anyone
let me
tripping over
ask you
themselves to
this.
pay him?
If he makes all this money, why he doesn't gather every year about 5,000 people who they need it and say, here, 100,000? For him,
Right.
100,000 is like drops in the bucket.
Right, he makes more than
In
that
the
in a
ocean.
day. I think.
Yes, that's in the ocean. Gather 5,000 people and give them $100,000 each. If, well, you say you're so rich, and I'm pretty sure he donates money for charities.
He does,
but
but
that's
it's barely
not,
anything.
That's beside the point.
And he's not interested in charity that much. He's more interested in space exploration and making people live longer. Stuff that's not going to benefit regular
Right.
people. It's going to
Get
only
some
benefit the
people
rich.
and put food in their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Gather some 5,000 every year, every five, including me. Including me. Give $100,000. 100,000, 5,000 is what? 5 million?
I don't know.
Something like that. It won't even matter to him. So I don't understand how old is he anyway?
I don't know, like 55?
Oh, for God's sakes. Just do something about it. Give money to people they need it, the people they don't have food to eat. Give
That's
them
right,
money.
50 million people in this country on food stamps.
All right. Gather this 50 million, 5,000 every year. Give them not 100,000, give them 50,000. It will help them a lot. What's his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Whatever. Anyway, so do that. What the viewers that agree to it?
Yeah, they agree.
Good. Good.
I gotta sit.
Yeah. Do something about this. Why don't you telling me you bring in the Amazon and the amazing graces and everything, whatever that is, or you know what I mean. And people, they're gonna be around picking up crumbs.
I've gotten like a few people. I don't know why they bother coming to this channel and saying this, but they say housing is affordable, and you just don't want to work hard enough. Or housing is affordable. You don't get it. Housing is affordable. Okay, well, let's look at that. Average rent in an apartment for a one-bedroom apartment, $1,684 a month. If you worked 2 jobs, $11 an hour, full-time both, 80 hours a week, then you take out a little for... First of all, you would still not be able to afford it. Now, people are, if they do the math, they'll say, wait, you can pay for that. It would be what, like $4,000 a month you're making, something like that. If you work 80 hours a week, 2 full-time jobs, which not many people are going to be able to do.
You can make $20 an hour, won't be able to afford.
But even at around $4,000 a month, you could say, well, you can afford $1,680 a month. They won't let you rent an apartment if you make that little, because they want to see that you make 40 times in 1 year what the monthly rent is. So you can't make $40,000 a year. You'd have to make like, well, no, you'd have to make something like whatever, like $60,000, $70,000 a year to be able to be approved for that kind of apartment. Or you'll be paying like twice the deposit. And then think about it. You'll be working 80 hours a week. So first of all, you barely have any time. That's if you're lucky enough to get. Most people will not get 2 jobs that are full time, and even then, that's not lucky. That's you're 16 hours a day, 5 days a week. But then you look at transportation. So either you got a car, you're paying insurance, gas, maintenance, or possibly parking, or you're paying for the metro or Lyft or Uber. And that's expensive too. Every day, by the way, you think about it, $6, $7 a day for the metro, that adds up to thousands of dollars a year. Then you're paying for your cell phone bill, internet, you might have cable, you're paying for food, groceries, if you have health insurance, and then you better hope you don't get sick and lose a job. So you're not even going to have enough money. So if housing is so affordable, for the few people who have said that, like, oh, it's affordable, what are you talking about? These hard-headed chauvinists, right-wing chauvinists who say you just don't work hard enough, then why is it that 2 full-time jobs, 80 hours a week, would not get you the ability to afford an apartment around here? It just wouldn't.
No.
It's not affordable. And then on top of that, you wouldn't have any time. I mean, you'd be exhausted all the time. Hell, I worked 2 jobs. Neither job would let me work full time. So I had to work 7 nights a week with 1 night off every 2 weeks. I only made like $1,400 a month, something like that. That's nothing. It was enough to live in Annandale and pay down my car payment, and that's it. And I was exhausted, and I was constantly sleep deprived, and I was trying to work on videos and doing videography. So if it's so affordable, how come you can't afford it even if you work 2 full-time jobs? What? Let Dad come down. Let him talk.
No, he can't come down because I have the gate. Where are you going? The back. Okay. No, do the dark one. Put the dark one on.
Okay.
Please be careful. Use the walker. Please. Okay, go ahead. Let's wrap it up.
We gotta wrap it up. It's only 2:28.
Huh?
It's only 2:28.
Oh, okay.
So it's not affordable. Housing is not affordable around here when so many people do work 2 jobs. You can look at statistics on this. You can take my experience just working in a bank. So many people who work 2 jobs were low-income people, often immigrants, working incredibly hard.
The bank doesn't pay that much anyway.
I'm not talking about working at the bank.
Oh.
I'm talking about the customers there. A lot of them work 2 jobs. We're not able to deposit any money because all the time they just have to cash their checks and pay their bills right away. So how is that affordable? If it's affordable, how come people can't afford it? It doesn't make sense. So something has to change. Either the facts aren't right, I don't have the right facts, or your opinions are wrong. You have to change your opinion. I think you should change your opinion for the facts. So housing is not affordable. People have to have, $100,000 degrees, and then they got to pay off their student loans and get a job, work their way up, and try and pay for housing around here. And so a lot of people don't even have cars because they can't afford it. Public transportation is terrible around. The metro is awful. It's dangerous, both because the police and the metro staff aren't very helpful when there are attacks. People write stories about it. They have to share it on social media just to get people's attention that they saw an attack. A blind man got attacked a few days ago on the metro because some people came up to him and said, why'd you push us or something? He said, I'm blind. Can't you see? Like he's sitting there and somebody else got up to try and defend him. And then there was a fight that broke out because these people were attacking a blind guy. And police and metro staff aren't very responsive, and on top of that, it's not well maintained. It's obviously there have been deadly metro incidents.
Well, let me tell you this: we do make quite a bit of money a month, but if I have to buy this house, even 2-3 years ago, there is no way I'll be able to buy it. No way. No way. The houses around here is 800,000 to $1 million. Not mine close to 800,000. But I'm saying, if I have to buy this house now, forget it. I won't. I will live in apartment forever.
Right. And what's the point of that? I've spent over $34,000 in rent. I added it up.
Yeah.
For what? I was better off. If I had that money, I would make like 4 movies. I would just I just write a 10-page outline of the movie and just go, well, even that's hard. I don't want to give myself too much credit.
Well, okay.
But I would just go shoot stuff with actors. I would say, hey, I'll pay you $100 a day. Let's go shoot something. Make something. Yeah, somebody said, Annie said, attacking a blind guy for bumping into you, some people are scum. I don't even like calling anyone names, but yeah, that's a dirty, dirty move. How selfish can you be to not get that a blind guy can't, like, he has to be able to feel his way around. Angie K says, filia pola sti mama. What's that mean?
Kiss, a lot of kisses to the mama.
Oh, okay. All right, thanks, Angie K.
Where is she?
I don't know.
Oh, hi, Angie.
Somebody else, by the way, somebody else said they were in India
watching.
Hi. So this is the situation that the Northern Virginia area is facing. On top of the whole possibility of the whole climate could be in a catastrophe, the environment could destroy like a bunch of food and cause drought, and food prices are going to go up, and people are going to die and not be able to afford medicine, and medicine is going to be more expensive. Now, it's just the rich trying to exploit as much as they can, and then, like somebody said here, they'll just disappear when it's time to pay. Did you see the buildings they're building around here? Yeah. It was beautiful before, you have trees and green and all that. Oh, Angie K's in Australia.
Oh, hi.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, what time? It must be 4:30 in the morning there.
Click the like button, everybody.
Oh.
Click the like button. It helps us out.
4:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning, Australia. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, yeah, and not only that, they rebuilt the mall up here, and I thought the mall was fine before, but people telling me people change.
It was
New
an ugly
people
mall.
yeah,
It was ugly.
Yeah.
I worked there for a while.
People, new people coming, you know, the younger or whatever. So they did, but I saw it a little bit and I like it. It has beautiful.
It does. It looks beautiful. I've been inside
creamy
there.
white floors and everything. Did the stores open?
No, I think maybe one or two are open, but a lot of them are still closed.
Yeah, I don't know
not
when
open
they're gonna
yet.
be here, but it's done. It's done. So anyway, it's just a generation changing.
And the area you're talking about, they're building more apartments. Everything's going to be more crowded.
expensive.
And they're high-income apartments. They are
expensive.
not for low-income people.
No.
So the low-income people get pushed out into the poorer and poorer neighborhoods, and the rich get concentrated and get all the money.
The Buckingham apartments right now, you can afford.
Right.
You can afford to rent the
And those are
old
cheap ones, yeah.
Which is built in the 1940s.
Right.
You can't afford those. But nobody can afford them.
Yeah, even affordable housing around here is still expensive, like $1,100 a month for an affordable housing apartment. Meanwhile, you can go to places in America where apartments are $500-$600 a month.
Let me tell you something.
Click the like button, everybody. We got 16 people in here.
Before I married, I used to live down in Park Avenue. Do you know how much I used to pay a week? $35 a week.
I was going to guess $20 a week and thought that might be too low.
$35 a week. And when I used to live in South Arlington with the old lady, I used to pay $25 a week. But never mind.
Now that you
but
can't...
I had a big room, a bathroom, a maid every Tuesday, and I was paying $35 a week, $140 a month.
And that was affordable back then?
Yes.
So it's not just that
let me say
everything's
this.
gone up.
It's not like I used to make a lot of money, but on the economy is down. You know what I'm saying? On things is not too expensive, you get by. Because I was making like $700, $800, $900 a month, but paying $140 a month. I didn't have bills. I have the rest to myself.
What the hell? And people barely make more than that now. I barely make more than that now.
I save money. I save quite a bit of money. And it was times I make 1,000, you know, because I was waiting tables. But I used to make money. I pay $140 a month. I do my clothes, my food, everything. I was happy to go to that house now. It was a beautiful house. And rent that room. That room must be at least one room, $700, $800. Or conservatively speaking, $600.
Right. It's very hard to get even any room for $600 around here. Even since I started renting rooms, and I've got that room in Falls Church and then Annandale, those were like the exceptions, and that was for living with the one landlord. The one landlord who was creeping on me all the time, and then the other landlord who was a cheapskate, selfish, a bully, and then I was living with 4 other people.
Yeah. Ooh.
And now rooms in Annandale, you look for them, they're like $500 or $600 a month. You probably can't find one for what I was paying, $450 a month.
Mm-hmm. And that was a...
It was a tiny little room. Yeah. It's just sweaty, hot in the summer, and in the winter it was freezing cold.
Yeah. Anyway, so things have changed. I don't know who can afford to live in Arlington.
You got to be rich already.
I have teachers who tell me they live Falls Church, Fairfax,
right. They live far away.
They can afford Arlington.
And by the way, in my scenario of, people who say, oh, housing's affordable, it just is. Hard-headed people who don't want to admit the facts. Even in the scenario of somebody who works 2 jobs, 80 hours a week, $11 an hour, which is good pay for around here, if you can believe that. And also, you're not going to get 2 jobs more than likely that pay full time because they, first of all, each job wants to make sure you can be on their schedule when they need you to work. So they're not going to let you work for them full time if they can see you already work full time somewhere else. But let's say in this hypothetical scenario, you're working 2 full time jobs, 80 hours a week, $11 an hour. On top of all your regular bills, when are you ever going to be able to afford to save up to move into an apartment? You're not going to be able to because you're going to be paying rent already at least $500 or $600 a month. That's bare minimum. And why are you working 2 jobs to have a room that's going to be tiny for $500-$600 a month? A shared bathroom. You're not going to get a private bathroom, and you may not be able to cook in the house or cook often. You may not be able to park there. You may have lots of other people in the house, so you can't have guests over. They may not allow you. They may say you can't make noise in the house. So you may be working 2 jobs, paying tens of thousands of dollars a year for rent.
And never be able to save money.
Yeah, and you will never save money because you're going to have to eat out. You're going to have to pay for transportation to get around either your car or get around on the bus and metro, and that will cost thousands of dollars. That will not be cheap. Just because people think public transportation is cheap, on a day-to-day basis, it's cheaper to drive a car in a lot of ways. It's just cheaper to. It's just cheaper if you don't buy a car.
25 years ago, I used to go down to the jewelry show with my friends just to, walk around, and it cost $1.50 to get there and $1.50 to come back. Not anymore.
Now, just parking some places, parking in some places around here, you park for 4 hours, it's like $7 or $8.
Yeah. Yeah.
What am I selling her? Guys, I'm not selling my mom anything.
No. Well, let me check who's that. And then... it was nothing. Okay. Oh, anyway, yeah, it is. Everything goes up, 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 up. High, high, high. Okay.
Yeah. Even groceries. Groceries are expensive.
Yeah. Some people, they can afford to eat.
Yeah, and then you got
families, they can afford to eat.
You got doctor's visits. You got.
They have copay. If you have insurance, you have copay.
Mm-hmm.
You have. Thank God I don't have that copay. Okay.
Right, so you'll be living in misery, basically.
Yeah.
Even no matter what, unless you have a $100,000 degree. And to get that $100,000 degree, you usually have to already have money to be able to go to college, even if you get student loans. Then you have to work really hard. You might have to work at companies you hate just to make enough money to pay off your loans.
Yeah, I know. It's a long. And
a lot of people just kill themselves because of it. They kill themselves because of debt.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I said that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, please don't do that.
I said that's what a lot of people do.
I'm talking to everybody.
I said that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, well, it's not worth it.
So that's what happens. I'm not here to tell people what to do with their lives. I'm saying that's what happens. Yeah. So if we're going to do anything, we got to make life more affordable. By the way, how do they have... They just revealed the military doesn't know where they spent like $100 billion. How about using that to help forgive student debts? Instead of the military getting hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions, that they don't know where they spent, and a lot of it just goes to weapons to kill people in countries that are no threat to us. They're zero threat. Okay. You know how many children starved to death in Yemen in the war
everywhere.
Since Saudi Arabia started the war that America provides targets for, training, weapons? Do you know how many children have starved to death since that war started?
I don't know.
85,000.
Probably more than that. Okay, look, I need to say bye because
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
85,000 Yemeni children dying.
And I said probably more than that.
And many more on the verge of starvation and death every day. And we're paying billions and billions of dollars to build these weapons. Saudi Arabia pays, and then we work with them to do it. And the cost in life is it's staggering. Horrible.
Okay, listen. I love all my viewers out there, but I have to go because the physical therapist is gonna come and do his exercise, okay? So everybody about the Amazon, we're not happy about it, but we manage, I guess. I don't
I'm
know.
already homeless.
I don't know what
Amazon,
to say.
let homeless people sleep in your parking lots.
I gotta get going, Angelo. What time is
It's only
it?
2:42.
Yeah, I know, but still. I
All right,
gotta go.
everybody.
I'm sorry,
Gotta
but
go.
we have to cut this short because I gotta get going. I gotta get moving. And I didn't mean to insult anybody or anything. It was just talk about the Amazon and one thing bring the other. That's what I'm talking about the Amazon. Anything else, I don't know. I can't fix the world, but it's just too much. You need a lot of money these days to get by. Okay, I'm not complaining. Thank God we are okay. Okay.
All right.